Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Got Game Testers, and today's game is a game called the Zont Deck. This is the Zont Deck. Essentially, it's just a deck with 5 different suits: the plus, the minus, the dot, the 4 dots, and this infinity sign. They actually have specific names. Like this one's the Great Zont. This is Giglet, and there's other names for them as well. The purpose is that they range from 0 to 4, and they have different colors for you as well. And the 0s and 4s, they're going to actually be wild. There's several different versions of the game, and I'm sure the company is going to put out even more versions as time goes on to give you alternative ways to play it. I'm just going to show you one way that I like to play it that they've provided. Now in this version of the game, you're going to start off by drawing 5 cards. Everyone's going to start off with 5 cards, and what they're going to do is they're going to play up to 2 cards. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to play 1 card here on the piles. Now the reason why is because each suit is going to have a different score value according to the topmost card by the end of the game. Now the purpose is to have the most points, and how you collect points is by playing your second card in your score pile. So if I put this one into my score pile, then that means this is now going to be worth 4 points according to the cards here. And then everyone else, then you're going to draw back up to your 5 cards, and everyone's just going to continue playing cards until they've adjusted all of the different scores and so on and so forth. And the other thing you need to understand is that each one of these has a special ability. In every single Zont game, these different suits have different abilities. For example, the Great Zont, he's completely unaffected by all other special abilities. This one, the Giglet, is going to mimic one of these. This one's going to allow you to play as an additional card. That one allows you to take a card away. This one allows you to reshuffle any of the decks, and so on. And as people continue to play, eventually the deck's going to run out, and when it runs out, everyone's going to have a couple more turns until someone runs out of cards. At that point, you're going to look at your score pile that you've collected and say, okay, well, this is now worth 4 points, that's worth 4 points, this is worth 3 points, and that one's worth 1 point, simply because of the values that are out here. Then you add up all the points, and whoever has the most is the winner. Alright, so let's talk about a little about the game in its factual sense. First of all, the game is definitely made to be very easy. It's got the simple suits, it's got the simple numbers. These games are definitely made to be about 10 to 20 minutes and about no longer. And each game ranges from about 2 to 4 people, excuse me. This game allows you to basically be whatever you want it to be, and that's why they have so many different variants already as it is. This game is really not that hard to teach. Just simply because of the numbers and the colors and the symbols. The symbols really is the hardest thing to get past, because although from game to game they generally have the same ability, the pluses is usually adding cards and the minuses is usually taking away cards. And the symbols, just because they're new and they're different, the suits, I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time to learn. But like I said, I'm not saying like it's going to take 30 to 40 minutes to understand. I mean, it's going to take a couple of turns till people kind of get used to the idea, just like with any playing card game. The designer put it in such a way that it sounds like it's got a theme to it. So it's got this alien life form deck that's come here to this earth and has adjusted for us to play the games with them. I don't really see a need for a theme for this game, because when I explain the rules, there's no theme involved. I don't need to explain the fact that there's an alien that brought these cards, and now we're going to play his version of some playing card games. Okay, that's pretty much how I look at it. It's not really that necessary, but it doesn't take away nor add to the game, if that makes any sense.
Forgot to say Happy Halloween.
It's a unique thing that he allows you to make this game whatever you want it to be. Now, you could look at the designer and say, yeah, that's just a lazy way of saying I made this game and I'm trying to sell easy game to you. No, obviously not. This is not, and I'm not saying that every game should have the ability to make it whatever you want. So if you have some fun game ideas, you can use these cards. You probably can take traditional playing card games if you've ever played like Scum, for example. I'm sure you can play some trick-taking game with this as well. Now, I'd like to see that out of other games too, where they encourage you to make up your own rules to games, but I'm not saying it's for every game. So as a design issue, it's definitely a positive in my book that allows for creativity. Well, that was the Zont Deck for you, so hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully you've learned a few things out of their game. And so if you haven't already, go ahead and check out our website, GotGameTesters.com, where we post all of our videos. You can also go to Playtest HQ. It's just an open Facebook group that allows you to put whatever you want, board game related, onto the wall, essentially. Thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time on Got Game Testers.